see, 2017 was a busy year, and there are many things that we did right, and there are many things that we also didn't do right as a country. And we as the Cruise 5 team, we believe that as humans, we must always strive to become a better version of ourselves. And it's for that reason that we want to look back at the year 2017 and see how things went. To start with, let me start by talking to government. We need to do something about the situation of our roads in Malawi. You know what? Lilongwe is a very, very dusty city. And I was almost late for this show because when I was coming here, you won't believe how I was looking like. This is how I was looking like when I was coming here. And it took me 10 minutes to actually dust up and prepare for this show. But now we're here and we're ready to go. Service providers gave us a raw deal in 2017, and I'm sure you know, my friends in Area 18, it's something that they might never forget probably in their entire life. They had to drink water. Well, that wasn't water really. I guess you have to think about that blues singer when you think about this. Muddy Waters. Yes, Muddy Waters. But it wasn't just muddy, it was mixed with something else that I don't want to talk about now. But don't get me wrong, it's not like it was the worst thing that could happen. I have seen worse. In fact, recently I went home to the village and look how I found my sister when she was fetching water. I don't want you to get me wrong, it's not like I don't like going to the village. I actually like going to the village. When I was going to the village recently, I found some women on the way to the village and I gave them a lift in my car, and this is how it looked like. Okay, you see, safety conscious. My people they know their safety issues. It was great. We had a fantastic time at the village, and we actually they gave us English breakfast. Amazing. It was simply amazing, proper English breakfast. And you don't want to know about the lunch. The lunch was simply great. It was ravishing. It was fantastic. See, I've started digressing now, talking about food and stuff like that. Let's talk about the real issues of national importance. Let's start with something that most of you might remember. You remember when the Member of Parliament for Mwanza Central, Mr. Davis Katonga, actually had a proposition. He came to Parliament dressed in his Ngoni attire, and this is how he looked like. He likes that. It's called Ntini in Chichewa. That was outstanding. And we, as the Cruise 5 team, we fully support that. We fully support that. We want our members of Parliament to start dressing up in their traditional attire. Yes, I think it's good. We need to think about that seriously. Never mind that people were making fun of Katonga and all that. I don't know why we are so resistant to change. Our friends elsewhere, they have embraced their culture and they are proud. Look at a Speaker of Parliament for, I can't remember the name of the country, but he's a proud man, and as you can see, very strong. I think as Africans, we must be proud of our culture. And we also took another picture of some noble citizens of a certain country there, queuing up for their IDs. And I understand that's also how it looks like in a certain African country when some members of Parliament are queuing up for tea. So what's the big deal about it? I think we can do it. We should move on as a country and embrace our culture. As we move on, there are two stories that are competing for top position. That happened in the year 2017. The first story, of course, is the maize, but there is another story, and that story is the abduction. You remember the abduction? That was sad. I mean, it was simply sad. The whole thing was simply sad. How can people be so callous and heartless and abduct a member of Parliament? What we found more insensitive as the Cruise 5 team is that people were joking about this. This is a serious matter. And people were joking about it. People were, doing all sorts of memes about it and cartoons and things like that. Now, we as the Cruise 5 team, we are not experts. So it's not our duty really to tell how an abducted man can look like that with his jacket delicately placed on his shoulders, and how a camera somehow found itself at the scene. That's not our deal. That's not something we want to delve into. But what we found really, really disturbing is this man. Like, seriously, someone has been tied up and they're struggling to walk. They've just been abducted and they've just been disturbed. And you have time to listen to, I don't know what kind, is he listening to music or what? You're wearing your headphones and you're having a good time. So I asked people what kind of song this guy could have been listening to. I don't know what you think. What song do you think this guy was listening to? It's really insensitive. But anyway, in times of trouble like this, all I can say is what a certain very wise Chinese man said. Now, a few things that I think we don't need to see in 2018. Let's start with this. I think we need to start thinking about what we eat, and please, let's find something else to eat. And really, like, seriously, I think someone needs to find a better job. And then I'm like, what message are you trying to send? Get serious, get more serious, and walk the talk. But that's not all. Something that we don't want to see in 2018 is this. Like, seriously, you just have to be serious about stuff. And I'm like, what is this? Is this a police goat or what? Is this a police goat or what? I mean, okay, find a police cat or a police cow or something like that, but obviously not a police goat. But here's something that I found very disturbing. An ambulance carrying something it shouldn't be carrying. Now that's sad. Let us be serious in 2018, please. And then here's something, and I'm asking myself, is this symbolizing how we think as a country? What is this? Now, as we wind up, I've got some free advice for you. See, 2018 might be a very hot year, just like it was in 2017. But against all odds, don't do what this man did. No matter how hot it gets, please don't do that. And show some respect to the flag, please. And that's how we wind up. Let's be better people in 2018, and let's do better things.